Daniel, Mr. Cuervo Racing here. Today we are talking about what is next. You've got your new bike, you want a little bit more power, so you did an intake kit, possibly an adapter kit of some sort, and you want more power and you really want to make a little bit more sound. So you're thinking, okay, let's get that big spark arrestor out of the exhaust, make a little bit more noise, and gain some more power, right? You've already taken the airbox lid off, and you really want to do that, but you're thinking, okay, what do I need for a fuel controller, or do I need one? What is the answer there? And the answer is yes. If you have an intake kit of some sort, an adapter filter intake kit, and you pull the airbox lid off, you cannot go any further without adding a fuel controller. So on this bike, you just seen a recent video, we did a power commander install, fuel and ignition control, and then we were back on the dyno. Next step is pull the factory spark arrestor out and get rid of that to make some more power. So we're going to look at the dyno sheet of what we accomplished there. And so doing a tune-up, a dyno tune with fuel and ignition control, as well as pulling that sparky lid off, we ended up at 52 horsepower, 48 foot-pounds of torque, which you would say is not that much up from where we were, but the power gain is all in the curve. So we gained a little bit of peak power. I'm gonna go through here and see what we got, if I can find that. Okay, so here is from today. So this is tuned, the comparison tuned with the lid off and power commander on here. So our peak gain in this area is not a whole lot. We're showing a horse and a half in that range from pulling that spark arrestor out. But our gains in other areas, like here at 7,500 RPM roughly, you know, you're 5 horsepower, easy 5 horsepower. Down here I started this red run a little bit later, so we're going to disregard this area down here. But you can see as they're both on throttle, full throttle, you have a 3 horsepower gain right there of 2.5 horsepower, 3 foot-pounds of torque in this area. So pretty good gains all the way through. That peak number is just a small area where we look at these numbers here, look at that max power number, it doesn't go up a whole lot, but there is really big gains throughout. So we're going through building maps for all of these combos. So basically, to get properly tuned, well running, you know, get that lean, that real lean tune-up from the factory off of there in the low throttle and startup range, you're going to need a fuel controller to get to this step. You got your intake kit, you're going to need a fuel controller, and you are going to pull that spark arrestor off of there, you know, along with one of our fuel maps. So we do offer and sell fuel controllers pre-mapped. We have those, hit us up, and it can be 52 horsepower pretty quick. So next step on this bike, we're going to put a slip-on pipe from Monster, see what we end up with there as we continue to build maps. So it's a quick, easy horsepower to get the bike running proper and get to 52 horsepower. So, all right, there you have it. I am back to work. On to the next.